Integrity, trust, vigilance, respect. Are these just the typical meaningless corporate buzzwords, or is GardaWorld truly an exception in the otherwise bland, boring world of corporate security? Is Garda set to become the Allied Security Slayer? After all, every empire, no matter how powerful, eventually falls. Will Garda be the one to bring down Allied? And should you go to work for Garda instead of Allied or Securitas? Stay tuned. This analysis is brought to you by the Security Officer Network. Let's face it, you probably shouldn't be content to settle for a career in the big corporate security companies. Instead, distinguish yourself and let the world know that you're not just a security guard, but are, instead, becoming a member of the professional class of security professionals. Step 1. Join us at the Security Officer Network. Your membership not only supports the network and productions like this, but it also allows you to build and maintain a professional security training portfolio that is sure to impress your future security industry employers and clients. Join us today at securityofficernetwork.com. We'll see you over there. So, if you are like me, you're all in on the security industry. And every time you see a private security car, you want to know more about the company. What's their story? How big are they? Are they a professional company? Would that be a good company to work for? Unfortunately, over the years, as Allied Security gobbled up every security company they could, more and more security vehicles were replaced with those boring, cold, corporate Allied security cars. However, in or around 2019, you might have noticed something different. You may have observed as those cars outside the local Whelan Security office were replaced by some seriously eye-catching GardaWorld vehicles. This was a key part of the Canadian invasion of the U.S. security market as Montreal-based GardaWorld bought up Whelan Security and positioned itself to challenge Allied Security's dominance of the U.S. private security market. In Canada, GardaWorld had been known for handling the pre-board screening at 27 of Canada's airports, including Toronto, Calgary, Ottawa, and Edmonton. Those who remember airport security in the United States pre-2002, before the creation of TSA, will recall how this service was often provided by Whelan Security, one of the most interesting security companies, and a story that security policy nerds can learn more about on the Security Officer Network's YouTube channel. The link is in the description. Since entering the U.S., GardaWorld has been making waves. Garda now generates more revenue from its U.S. security services than from its Canadian services, and they make substantially more revenue from offering private security services than from armored car services, something the company has also been known for. Garda is now viewed as the third biggest security company in the United States, behind Securitas and Allied. Quite a feat for an agency that was started as recently as 1995, when founder Stephen Crétier reportedly launched the company by taking out a $25,000 second mortgage on his house. Garda even managed to compete with Allied for the attempted purchase of G4S in 2020, an effort that came up just a little short when G4S rejected Garda's takeover attempt. So, should you quit your Allied job and go to work for Garda? If you take a look at the Great Place to Work certification, you might say yes. That's because Garda boasts of being the only security service to hold this certification. A certification it has held for 2 years in a row, based on Great Place's survey of Garda's employees. Before you submit your resume, keep in mind the Great Place certification isn't without controversy, as some suggest it might be more of a pay-to-play certification, where a company like Garda pays for the certification survey, and thus Great Place might not be quick to reject the applicant. In this case, Garda. In fact, Garda is subject to the same types of criticism that accompany every corporate security provider, such as boring assignments, where the officer is assigned to menial security tasks such as signing in vehicles or manning a guard booth. Although, depending on your goals, you might actually want a post such as this. Soft corporate uniforms. Garda's officer sport uniforms, like those of most corporate security jobs, which have a real lax security gravitas. Expect to be assigned a uniform with a cloth patch instead of an actual metal badge. Flex assignments. These are the positions that bounce the officer around from post to post to post, and this instability and inconsistency can be taxing on the officer. An apparent fanatical focus on gender-based promotions. If you are looking to move up through the ranks of the company and are a male officer, this could be a problem for you, and you should expect discrimination in promotion. From Garda's fiscal year 2022 to 2023, in just the last year alone, the percentage of male managers declined from 81% to 69.8%. This dramatic collapse comes as 74% of Garda's employees are still male, indicating the possibility of ongoing and significant discrimination in promotion policy. Of course, if you are a female officer, this could be a big opportunity. However, even then, you should use caution and good judgment. You have to ask yourself, do you want to be a manager in a security company where promotion decisions might appear to be based on gender instead of merit? Could this put the safety of yourself and your coworkers at risk? And another issue that seems specific to Garda, bait, and switch job advertisements. Here, Garda allegedly has reportedly posted high-paying security site openings. But when the officer applies, they are offered a site that pays substantially less than the advertised position. That's just bad policy. And if their first interaction with you is to do a bait and switch on the job offer, then you have to ask yourself, is this a relationship I want to have in my life? Finally, keep in mind that, like other big private security corporations, Garda's ownership group is heavily influenced by big private equity, specifically BC Partners, a massive private equity firm that owns about half of GardaWorld. It's hard to believe in your mission when you are working for a cold, uncaring private equity fund, as you are always subject to being treated like just another number on a spreadsheet. One day that equity firm is trading in Italian pasta, the next day they think they can run a security company. It's obscene. Gone are the days of the big family-owned companies like Whelan Security or Wackenhut Security, and that's why it's so important for a new generation of private security entrepreneurs to step up and start a new wave of security agencies. Are you interested? If so, check out the free PDF, How to Start a Security Agency, linked in the description, and take a moment to join us at the securityofficernetwork.com. It's the true security professional's status symbol of choice, and it's the network's goal to provide the needed tools of support to those who want to advance professional security, such as starting a new security agency. But, all of that said, I can't help but observe that Garda's corporate imaging seems much more bolder and enticing than does Allied. With all of Allied's controversies and shortcomings, Garda can certainly position itself to benefit, and as they continue to gain traction in the US market, we will be keeping an eye on their progress and plan to keep you updated. What do you think? Have you worked for Garda? Do you find them to be a more compelling workplace than Allied? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video informative and helpful, help us spread the word. Like and subscribe so that we can keep you up to date with the latest in the private security world as we make the final stretch for 10,000 subscribers. Thank you, and until next time, stay safe.